First thing we got to do is set up some little diverter magnets. So the seeds only go down this channel right here. Should go about like that. So we'll dump them in here and go through there. Whenever you're first setting up an application, you need to look at the images. So do that by hitting this shortcut to FPGA. Drop a couple durum seeds through and look at those pictures. Now you can see here, we didn't catch all of the kernel. That's because these seeds are a lot larger than the ones that we did previously. So we'll close this out and open up our BeaverCam interface. And then load calibration. It says, please turn FPGA calibration switch to on. It's right here, turn it on. And now the calibration is loading onto the camera. And it says, please turn FPGA calibration switch to off. Right here. Off. Okay. It says, please turn camera power off. We're done with this for now, but we'll come back to this program later. Now I'm opening the FPGA image viewer again. Start. Now we're getting a full image. That's durum there. Here comes a barley. And that looks about right. Now we'll go back to our BeaverCam interface program. First thing to do is press connect. And it connects. In step 2 it says download image data. You need to download data for 201 kernels. Both of these are about the same amount of light. I'm going to call the barley light and the durum dark, but it doesn't really matter. That's just the name. So I'm going to click here on step 2, save dark seed data. So that'll be durum. I'm going to make sure that when we're doing a calibration that seeds are coming through one at a time. Every time a seed comes through, it sends a bunch of numbers. The first number is the count of the seeds since we started this. It's at 240. So we need 201, so we're done with that. We're going to hit the close data file. Okay. So we have saved data for the durum seeds now. Now we're going to do the same thing for the barley. So we'll hit the save light seed data right here. And then we'll run our seeds. Make sure we get all the durum seeds out of here. And there goes the barley. We've got 219 seeds. So I'm going to hit the close data file. Go to step 3, create a new calibration file. We have the data, but we haven't made a calibration yet. And first thing to do is set the default reject stream. In the sample we're going to run, there's going to be a little bit of barley mixed with durum. We want to get the barley out of the durum. And barley was called light, so I'm going to make, by default, we're going to set it to reject light kernels, which is the barley. And hit the calibrate button. And this little window comes up, and it says that the error rate was about 10%. It's done. And step 3.2, we can give this calibration file a name. We're going to call it barley-durum. And then you have to make sure that the .cal is still there. And You can't have any spaces in that name. And hit the save button, and that'll show up here in our available calibration files. So now we're going to load the calibration onto the camera. Again, we need to select the seed size. You want to select the largest seed size that you're going to be running, and that's barley here. And then we're going to select the calibration file we just did, barley-durum, and then load calibration. It says, please turn FPGA calibration switch to on. Switch that on. And OK. Now the calibration file is loading onto the camera, so it'll run without the computer. Now it says, turn FPGA's calibration switch to off. Switch it off, and OK. Turn the camera power off, and OK. Now it's all done. Switch it back on, and we can switch the air valves on, and it should start to reject the barley kernels. The air valve is firing, but there's not enough air pressure. I'm going to turn the air pressure up. Right there is about 15 pounds. I'm going to turn it up to 40 for barley. Still missing a few. I'm going to turn it up to 60. Now it's knocking them all out. Now I'm going to take the magnets off and do some sorting. Pour some durum in there. Do some barley. Get a little bit more durum. Mix it up. And now we have some durum with a little bit of barley mixed in there. Second. Now the last crop that we had was running in here was flax. So it's a lot smaller, so that this little nozzle here, gate, is too low, and none of the barley and durum will come out from between it and the feeder. So I need to raise that up a little bit. So now it looks like they'll come out. And the idea is you want a single layer of seeds as it's coming out. It's a little bit too fast right there. I'm going to lower that down some. Okay, so I'm going to just pick that up.